Do you know what we went through yesterday?
No.
I was in cuffs.
Oh,
Like, I
God.
almost got arrested, and Ash was in cuffs, and it was a whole thing. What happened to you? They told us that you died. They told us that you had well, let me. I don't want to talk too much about this, but they told us all kinds of things, and the Wrangler came back, and he, because of whatever he found out about what happened to you, he came back here looking for drugs, and saying that he came looking through. He wanted to look through everybody's lockers. He wanted to look through the all the storages and everything, and Ash and Reggie were here outside, and he came in to me at the counter and told me to open the door. And I said, "Well, why?" And he said, "One of your employees just died outside from a drug overdose, and we need to search the premises." I'm like, "Well, first of all, I didn't hear anybody died, but secondly, there was that has nothing to do with inside. Even if that happened, it would be outside, and that's not even Ubu property outside." And then he's like, "Well," and I said, "Well, the owner is right outside, so you can ask her, and she can, do whatever."
Sorry,
"Well,
I
I
love my
need you to open
life.
the door," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not the highest ranking person. The owner is here,
Yeah.
and the owner is the one you would speak to, not me."
God.
And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna arrest you. I'm gonna arrest you if you don't think." And I said, "Again, I'm asking you to speak to the owner. You don't have to. You don't need me to do it. You can just ask the owner to do it."
I
So,
didn't
and then Don
intend
is
that at all,
right
though.
next to me, like, "Yeah, that's right. And then Ash comes in at that point, and he says the same thing. She says no, no, there's no
Oh,
reason
God.
for that. And then he insisted, and he said in exigent circumstances, whatever, because of whatever. Now, mind you, they left the scene, but then they came back because of whatever they told him at the hospital. So he came back, and that was his excuse to come in here and just think. So she said no. He said, "Okay, well, at this point, I'm placing under arrest." So he put her in cuffs, put Reggie in cuffs.
Okay.
Um, what's her name? Cleo. She tried to give you CPR outside. They stopped her from giving you CPR. Apparently, well, he did, saying, "Oh, she's already dead. She just needs a body bag." And Cleo was like, "No, she doesn't need a body bag. She needs an amp. She needs EMS." And so then
I
somehow she ended
hate
up in
Wrangler.
handcuffs, and you were just, I guess, laying there until EMS finally showed up. Then fast forward again back to inside. They Ash does not let them in. She doesn't. So they blast the door. It broke all the locks and everything, so nothing could lock. We had to close for the rest of the day after everything was said and done. So we lost wages, we lost revenue, all that. And it was such a mess. And then anyway, when they got in the back to where we were, they said we were under arrest for obstruction of justice because we didn't open the door. And Don was asking, "What do you mean? Why? We just doing? What are you talking about? Why?" And he's like, "Put your hands up." And he's like, "No, why am I? Why are you arresting me? We're just." And then he said, "Well, I'm going to tase you." And when Don was asking again, why, before he could even get it out, they tased him. Tased him, left the prongs in, and didn't get him any
I'm
kind of medical
so
treatment for
sorry.
like over an hour
Are
that we
you
were
okay?
standing there in
I'm so
handcuffs.
sorry.
And all the while they were back here doing things.
Are you
They
okay?
blasted the kitchen door, they blasted the other door
I'm
for
so
no
sorry.
reason because they were already in that room. All they had to do was go in the door right there, and it would be in the
Bandit,
back
I'm
area.
so
But
sorry.
they just wanted to blast it, I guess. And then they're saying all this time that you're dead. And then
Oh my
finally,
god.
when everything was said and
I'm
done,
so
she asked, "Is
sorry.
she actually dead? Because what's going on?" And then they said, "Well, she's dying. She's dying." And at that point, it's like, if she's dying, it probably has more to do with the fact that you stopped the ongoing CPR that was happening so that you could make jokes about her needing a body bag instead. But anyway, then they finally said, "Well, no, she's not dead. She's in the ICU and all that." And that's why after everything, I texted you because I wanted to know how you were doing because I didn't know if you were dead
Okay,
or alive.
but
Bruh.
Thinking after everything she's been through already, now this is
Bruh.
happening, and I don't
like
know what's happening. But he's telling people that
it's
you OD'd
not average, I
on
would
cocaine.
say.
So I don't know if
Usually
that's
since
true or
I've
not.
been
But
working.
he's telling people like
Not too
there's
busy.
got to be some kind of a regulation for. I don't know if
We've
police
been
are held to
holding
that
it
standard
down.
as well, but he said in a full room full of people that you
Hold it
OD'd
down.
on that. So that's your personal business. I don't
Hold
know
it
if you
down.
can sue for that, but that's how anybody knows about that. And then after about an hour and a half or something like that, he finally there was judges here. There was a ton of cops here. There was one other cop that was such an asshole. He kept getting in Reggie's face. They're there. Just trying to get some kind of rise out of him. I don't know what that was about. But then after all that, they went through
Oh
everything.
yeah.
They searched whatever. They stole food, everything.
Oh my
Then finally
god.
they come back and they say you're all free to go. And then they uncuffed, but they took Cleo for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they took her. And then after that we couldn't stay open because our doors were we couldn't lock the doors to the break room or into here, so we couldn't protect ourselves from getting robbed or anything like that. So Ash cleared the ingredients and the food, and I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if they went bad or if they were sold later. I don't know. All that happened.